Well, hello Glue Troopers, Max and Max's Models here. Happy holidays to everybody. I decided to do a little vacuforming today, and that was just the first of many things I got to, which we'll talk about. So I grabbed that little Cessna 172 float plane that I had. It fit on the plantain and laid it out and vacked it and got some surprisingly big wrinkles in it, and I couldn't figure out why. So I tried again just with the wing, and I let the plastic get good and boobly. And the second time I tried it, I was still getting those same rings. And finally, it started to settle in on me. By the way, I tried reusing the plastic a couple of times. Yeah, not advisable. The problem I had was that the model, although I was able on the first one to get some almost usable vacs on it, it turns out I learned that these wrinkles were caused because there's apparently a circular heating element in it. And you notice when it sags in a nice bubble. That's probably done so it'll sag that way. And it doesn't get the corners. So you can't really use the whole plantain, just the center of it. And I tried the wing again. This time I elevated it and I cut myself a piece of acetate that I had from a sheet I'd bought that was thinner, and went ahead and gave it a shot. And it did actually do a pretty good job. It picked up a lot of the detail on the surface when I used the thinner one. But the problem was, being thin, it didn't have much structural rigidity to it. So you look at that bubble, that's the only area you can use. If you notice this ring is in a circle, that's the edge of the heating element. So the rest of the stuff, although it gets warm and pliable, it's not as warm and pliable as the rest of it. So basically, the center of the bubble is all I can realistically use. But okay, lesson learned. I won't use anything quite that big. And still, it was a lot of exercises. I made a few little mistakes along the way, learning some stuff. One time I didn't get a good pull, but live and learn. I mean, I've only used the thing a half dozen times, so all in all, no worries. Then I got to work on the Skycrane, getting the landing gear on it. And at one point I thought I had put the landing gears on backwards. And I was like, ah! But quick check of the instructions. I got it. A lot of little details in this thing. So you really got to check the instructions 3 times and before you place it. What is it they say in carpentry? Measure twice, cut once. So then, much to my surprise, in other news, I got a package from our friend Steve of Steve's Model Mania. Some Christmas presents I was not expecting. First was this rich universal carrier in 1/35th scale, and I also got this Russian Su-76 from Allen Models of Russia, which came with a T20 tractor added to it. So let's take a look at those. I decided to do an unboxing, sort of the way Eric does them with celebrating vintage model kits, and just go through what we have here. Now, this is all just some cell phone footage, proudly boasting the lowest production values on the internet. So let's take a look at those kits. This Rich Models universal carrier's got like 9 runner trees to make a single universal carrier. Wow. Okay, so we've got a few little clear parts, some pins or tracks. I'm not 100% sure what these are. I think they may be tracks. Oh, they're springs. This thing must have a working suspension. And then we've got some ropes. We have weapons, probably infield rifles, crew members, more weapons and mounts, and tools. And then we have, looks like gun mounts and ammo boxes. Then we start getting into the actual runner trees of the kit. Here's the body panels. That's 1. More body panels and parts. That's 2. You could build a real universal carrier using this thing as a platform. It's like tracks and wheels. That's 3. More body panels and components. 4. Complete engine. 5. And then more tracks, seats. 6. 7 is more, it looks like suspension mechanisms. And then we have a very, very nice full color paint guide and a book for instructions. This is going to be a long, slow build. Wow. And this is the Rich Models kit. And never built one of their kits, and I am impressed. Now let's check out the other one. The SU-76M from Allen Hobbies of St. Petersburg, Russia. All right, first we have the instruction sheet. Looks fairly straightforward. There's 1 or 2 loose parts in there. It says 2 complete kits in here. So here we have body panels. And also more chassis and body panels. We have the sides. And of course the wheels. More major body components. Looks like the bottom. Tracks. Maybe different scales. Yeah, this is like a second vehicle, but I think it's a different scale. Tracks. Cannon rounds, ammunition, and smaller wheels and suspensions. And, oops, one more thing of cannon rounds. Okay, that's it. It's a little T20 tractor comes with it. Okay. And the box says plus T20 tractor, 2 complete kits. So we got the T20 tractor and the SU-76M. Cool. Well, thank you for that, Steve. I greatly appreciate it. And I don't know if what I'm about to suggest is going to happen, but there has been talk of possibly doing a Christmas Day live stream and maybe having my son Lou and my nephew Adam build their first 2 models, because neither one of them's actually ever built a model yet, in the Tarbus on Christmas Day in real time. Just a thought. We'll see if that comes to pass or not. Well, regardless of what happens, guys, I want to wish everyone the happiest of holidays. No promises on content with everything coming out, but I'll see what I can do. I want you to have a wonderful holiday season. Take care of yourselves, and as always, model on.